In the 2025 Daytona 500, driver Ryan Preece for the second time has experienced a horrible flip. If you actually take a look at this wreck, at first glance it looks like he did a front blowover, but this is actually not the case. Taking a look at the wreck, after Christopher Bell hits the wall, we can see he comes back across the track and hits Preece. Then Preece, it kind of hits his tyre and then launches him into the air, and then it hits Eric Jones. Now, if you see in a few seconds, we can see right here the car begins to set down. Then the air gets underneath and lifts it up. However, in a front blowover, the car doesn't need any help. It just takes off on its own, really. If we take a look at an example from IndyCar, which is notorious for front blowovers, we see that in this example here, the car lifts up on its own and does not begin to set down. Whereas in Preece's case, the car does set down, or it kind of sets down and then gets picked up again by the air. If it was a front blowover, Preece would have just Christopher Bell would have just hit Preece, and then the car would have lifted up by itself and not begin to set back down. But Christopher Bell actually hit Ryan Preece's tyre, which lifts it up in the air, kind of like what we saw at the clash with Ty Gibbs, when Ty Gibbs got launched up into the air. Another example is Ross Chastain in 2022 when he got launched off of Kyle Busch, and obviously the car didn't get picked up because it's Texas and it wasn't a high-speed track. But in Preece's case, Christopher Bell hit Preece and launched up into the air. The car began to set back down and then the air picked it up. But I could see why people would call it a front blowover, and I'll probably still class it as a front blowover. But very weird to see a crash like that. This video was kind of a breakdown, or not really a breakdown because I didn't break down the bit where he hit the wall. When he hit the wall, if he did hit the catch fence, it probably wouldn't have changed that much. Probably just bend up the back end a little bit. And if he continued to barrel roll, then the car would have been, well, mangalized even more. And if he went in the grass, it would have been similar to his 2023 one. Not if the grass was still there, but the grass heading into turn 3 and 4. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want, or like, or comment on another video I did, maybe even to do with the Daytona 500, and I'll be breaking down Atlanta next weekend. Before we end this video, in conclusion, what I'm trying to say is that a front blowover is when the car gets picked up from the front and does not set back down. It just gets picked up by the front and flips over. But Preece got hit, the car went in the air, then it began to set down, then it flipped. Whereas if it was a front blowover, Preece would have just went into the air, done a blowover and flipped over.